Tapping team, so it's Thursday the 22nd, that makes it 4 days post surgery, and we have done our first hyperbaric chamber therapy today at the recovery lounge. I'll talk about my experience first, and then I'll go into its benefits, but first I'll just say a massive thanks to Alan and Dylan and that for looking after us during the period of time that I was injured, and then now post-op, so a massive thanks to them, and all the recommendations and treatments, and allowing me to use the therapy chamber. So I'll talk about my experience first. I did shoot some footage in there, but it was very loud, obviously, because we're getting oxygen pumped through the tubes, and then also pressure. It was a chamber that's obviously getting pressurised, so it's quite loud. So the footage that I shot a couple of times was void, unusable. It was too loud. So I've got some footage. I'll maybe like snip it in and edit it in, but other than that, I'll try and keep it to just the same vlog I've been using before format until I can. I don't even know if the mics would have picked up any different, but anyway, I am limited, like I said before, to treatments that I can use. So I can't really use massage, shockwave. I'm currently unable to really do much until most of this remodelling and healing's done. So we'll go over the hyperbaric chamber and the benefits, but like I said, I'll speak about the experience first. So it was the first time I've ever been on one. Hard to describe unless you've ever done it, but it's like basically like a tent, and it kind of feels like, again, similar to like when you're in a plane and you're taking off or landing, just that constant pressure, and your ears are popping and your sinuses are getting heavy, and it feels, like at one point I felt like I weighed about 300 kilos, so it was really interesting. If you're claustrophobic, I would say like just need to try and remain calm. Like, it's quite a small space, and obviously you've got to just like relax in it. So you just, something that I would say take on board is just get used to it. It's like a lot of sensory overload. You're in a cramped space, it's loud, it's quite dark as well, but really effective. Really enjoyed it, actually, more than I thought I would. So we'll go over some of the benefits. Obviously, during use, you've obviously got the cables hooked up to your nose, and you're getting 100% oxygen pumped into your body, and that's usually anywhere between 1.5 to 3 times above atmospheric absolute, so basically above zero. So one of the first benefits is obviously enhanced oxygen delivery. So it's going to increase oxygen tension within the cells. Again, being able to hold more oxygen and delivering it to those damaged tissues is going to help massively with recovery. Like anything, oxygen helps everything perform, so the more oxygen you can get into the cell, the better it's going to perform within the injured site. Same as BPC 157 and TB 500, it increases angiogenesis, so it helps formulate new blood vessels, and again, an overlooking like the connective tissue. Although they don't have a high blood supply, it can increase and improve blood flow to those areas. So angiogenesis is really important for recovery. Stem cell mobilisation, so obviously we've got stem cells throughout our body. This increases the rate at which the stem cells circulate, and also it helps deliver them to those sites. So again, it's just improved recovery, and you're looking at like fibroblasts and fibroclasts that are in there to clear up all of that damaged tissue, and then obviously the fibroblasts are going to rebuild that tissue and restructure it and remodel it. We've also got reduced inflammation, so it's going to help reduce pro-inflammatory markers like cytokines, which again caused major issues. They were one of the kind of main things that were causing a lot of problems for, I think, a lot of overweight people during COVID, like cytokine storms and stuff like that, so it helps bring that down. Another added bonus, kind of something like the copper, is bacterial clearance, so it inhibits anaerobic bacterial growth. This is in there clearing all that out, and enhances white blood cell function. So again, it's drawing all those white cells in to help clear out any infection or any immune responses. It's going to help control that and bring it back down. And one of the last benefits is obviously collagen synthesis. So again, going back to those fibroblasts in class, it's going to come in and bring in new collagen, new protein, and help restructure those damaged tissues. Again, I've had like quite a lot of damaged tissue in the joint, so my joints went from semi-healthy, I suppose you could say, or potentially slightly worn, to the cartilage was completely smashed up to pieces. The labral the labral was detached and flayed, so they cut off all the extra parts. They sutured on the bits that were remaining, and then they obviously had to shape down the bone, like the head of the femur. So again, all of that's going to help. Well, the hyperbaric chamber is going to help with that, but so is obviously the peptides. That's why we're utilising both together to try and maximise and enhance both fully. So we'll see how that goes. But first session went really well. We were sitting at around 40 bar. I need to double check what that is in terms of atmospheric pressures. It doesn't really say, but yeah, really impressed with the setup and how well it went, and left feeling weirdly a lot better. Like, again, I've not got any reference points, I've never used it before, so that was the first time I've ever tried the hyperbaric chamber. But I walked from the facilities back into the town towards my house, so I think I managed maybe about a mile on the crutches again. I might be doing too much, I might get into trouble for that, but I'm doing it anyway. Obviously following my rehab protocols as well, which is just mobility stuff, just moving the hips and not letting it stiffen up, but I'm trying to be as active as possible. So yeah, that's kind of like where we're at just now. We're going to continue this for the next probably the next kind of sort of 6 to 12 weeks, and get to the next checkup with the doctors and the hospital or the nurses, whoever I speak to, the triage, the follow up, and we'll see what the outcome is, if they have a scan or any further investigations in a hip. But yeah, so far so good. We're looking like things are improving. I'm really mobile for, 4 days in. I was up that same day walking about and moving about, and everything's going really well so far, so fingers crossed we don't jinx it and don't do too much too soon.